Once when the Z-Fighters were easily defeated by androids 17 and 18, the three androids would then go off on their own to go dolly around and to go shopping. Piccolo knows what he needs to do, as he can't really keep up with the likes of a Super Saiyan. He needs to go further. Piccolo, by this point, would then fly over to Kami's lookout, as he would then have the same speech that he had before. Piccolo and Kami would then become once again. And this is when Piccolo would then receive a massive power boost. Piccolo would then fly off to go battle the androids. By this point, Piccolo would have also stopped to battle Cell, and this Cell is from the same future timeline where he came from, so Cell would be pretty similar here in terms of power. It wouldn't really change much. But Piccolo still had the upper hand on Cell, until Cell would then use the Solar Flare and still get away. Vegeta and Trunks by this point would have already gone into the Hyperbolic Time Chamber to begin training for a year. Now Piccolo would soon find the androids and then challenge them to a match. Flying off towards the islands, he would then battle Android 17. Now the two would seemingly be equal, as while Piccolo is a little bit stronger than his original self, fighting against a stronger Goku, Android 17 is also a little bit stronger as well. So the two would seemingly be equal, having one of the best choreographed fights in Dragon Ball history in my opinion. With the two of them seemingly equal, Android 17 was starting to outlast Piccolo, as Piccolo can only use his energy for so long before getting tired. Now this is before we would then see Cell appear, finding the four people. Cell would then easily dispatch a Piccolo, blasting a hole right through him. He would then run over to Android 17, who was busy fighting Cell. Cell would then trick him by using his overconfidence. Cell would then use the Solar Flare technique, blinding them, as he would then absorb Android 17, thus transforming into semi-perfect Cell. Now this is when Tien would then still make the sacrifice, and Tien would then use his new Neo Tri-Beam, hitting semi-perfect Cell, stunning him. Now, this would also grant Krillin enough time to get the androids away. Krillin would not blow up the androids, as he still has a crush on 18, and he sees that they're not all evil, so he would destroy the remote control, destroying the androids. And by this point, Piccolo has been dragged away from everybody, and Android 16 and 18 were able to hide on one of the other islands. Now Cell would then spend the next few hours trying to hunt them down. By this time, Vegeta and Trunks would then step out of the Hyperbolic Time Chamber in new armor. They would then go battle Cell. Vegeta would still show his ascended Super Saiyan form, or Super Vegeta, and Vegeta would attack Cell. Now Cell, semi-perfect Cell, is a little bit stronger because he absorbed a stronger android. But Vegeta here has gotten even stronger himself. Because Vegeta has more motivation because of how strong Goku is, Vegeta would definitely train even harder than before, possibly even training more with Trunks a little bit earlier so he can try and surpass Kakarot, which is his main goal, but Cell is just in his way. Vegeta would still battle semi-perfect Cell, as no matter what attack he did against Vegeta, it would not do anything. Vegeta was far stronger than he was. Now Vegeta would still get way too cocky, as he even believes that if Cell went to his perfect form, it wouldn't even touch him. Now Trunks would try to stop Vegeta, but Vegeta would allow Cell to absorb Android 18, thus creating Perfect Cell. Or I guess a more stronger Perfect Cell. Super Perfect? Cell by this point would easily tank all the attacks from Vegeta. As Cell was still testing out his new body, he decides to use Vegeta as a warm-up. So Vegeta would then try every single attack on Cell, who would just brush it off, almost mocking him. This is when Vegeta would then charge up his final flash, his ultimate attack. It did surprise Cell by the power that Vegeta had, as it hit him full force, blasting through space. Cell, half of his arm was then blown off by the attack. Cell would then smirk as he would instantly regenerate. Now we all know that Cell was easily holding back in this scenario, so Cell by this point, we do know that he would spare Vegeta, because he also wants to see how strong the Z-Fighters can get. Now once when Trunks would still go into his Ultra Super Saiyan form, he would still battle Cell, but he lacks the speed to beat him, so Cell would easily outmaneuver him and defeat him the same way, but he was impressed by their power, so he would then spare them for now. Now Goku has fully recovered from the heart virus by this point, and he can tell how powerful Cell is, but now Goku here is much stronger. I believe that Goku did receive a small Zenkai boost at least from the heart virus, as that was a near-death experience. On top of the fact that Goku was already absurdly strong. He's able to beat both Android 17 and 18 in my opinion. I think that Goku by this point is a little bit weaker than Ascended Super Saiyan Vegeta and Semi-Perfect Cell if he is in Super Saiyan, but we'll get into that. Now this is when Goku would then go fight Cell, as he wouldn't wait this time, as remember he didn't see the news broadcast about the Cell Games Arena yet. So he would go meet up with Cell as he's much stronger. And he only sent Cell briefly when he was fighting Vegeta, so he might have a chance. The only reason why Goku was doing this is because of his backup, the Kaioken technique. If he can boost into it, it might give him the edge to beat Cell before he would destroy the planet. Goku would then meet Cell, who was in the process of looking for an area to build his Cell Games Arena. Cell was not expecting to see Goku so quickly, but Cell states that the Cell Games will be happening within 10 to 11 days. Goku then states, "I'm not waiting 10 to 11 days, I want to try fighting you right now if that's okay with you." Cell, of course, would never deny a fight. On top of the fact that it's Goku, he would never deny Goku a fight. He's been dreaming of this. He states, "Fine, maybe a little warm-up matchup between us, we can gauge each other's power, and then you can have your Tengeis to grow stronger." Cell also wouldn't mind it, because Goku is pretty strong. He can give Cell a okay fight, on top of the fact that Cell can learn more about his perfect body, because it's Cell. Goku would then power up into base form first and begin attacking Cell. Cell was surprised with how strong base form Goku was. Goku in base form was already pushing high levels of power, reaching the android's level. That was very impressive. Cell would state, "Why don't you transform into a Super Saiyan to make this fight actually interesting?" Goku would then transform into a Super Saiyan form and begin battling Perfect Cell. Now Goku by this point is nearing the realms of Ascended Vegeta and Semi-Perfect Cell. Unfortunately, that's not enough for Perfect. Perfect Cell commends on how, "Wow, you're almost as strong as Vegeta is. That's impressive, but that's not even close to enough to beat me," as you can tell that he lost. Now, Cell would easily outmaneuver Goku, sending him to the ground. Goku then knows that he needs to use his trump card. He is way too outclassed by Cell. And he doesn't know if he even stacks Kaioken even higher. He doesn't want to damage his body, as he's already getting tired fighting Cell full force. Cell's not even sweating at all. Goku then state, "Let's just try a ×3 for right now in a burst and let's see what happens." Goku was still experimenting with this kind of technique that Kaioken has. Remember, he only recently realized his potential, and he doesn't really like using it because he doesn't like being handed power like that. He likes to train for his power. But Goku knows that now is not the time to really have morals. Cell is way too strong and could destroy everybody. He knows that. Even if he trained in the Hyperbolic Time Chamber, he believes that heat might not even be enough to defeat Cell. That goes to show how strong he is, because he can sense Cell's inner power. It's like a mountain of power. Cell's holding back like he's nothing. Goku would then charge up back into base form, confusing Cell what he was doing. Goku would then burst into the Kaioken. Cell was surprised, as he does remember seeing this, but Cell cannot utilize this technique. Realistically, could Cell learn it? Maybe, but Cell doesn't have any use for it, and Cell doesn't really know about King Kai's teachings. So Goku would then burst into Kaioken ×3. Now of course this doesn't really damage his body, as he's gone up to ×20 before, but Goku would then power right back out of it. Cell was confused at what he was doing, until he realized his power level just skyrocketed, 3 times higher. Goku would then look at his hand and clench it, as although his stamina is the same, his power level is much higher now. As he would then burst back into Super Saiyan, Goku was now 3 times stronger. In my opinion, by this point, he is far stronger than even Trunks was when he fought Cell, but he does have the speed. Goku would then fly in, attacking Cell, surprising him by a sudden power boost. Cell's never really seen that before, but he has learned it from his database that it is a version of a power-up, but he didn't know it could do this. Goku would then be able to keep up with Cell briefly, as although Ascended Super Saiyan Trunks did impress Cell with his strength, Cell was holding back massively, we saw this. So Goku would still continue battling Cell, and Goku notes that this is not enough. Maybe if he tries pushing it, maybe charging up to ×20, that'll easily give him enough power to fight Cell. But there's a problem. ×20 drains all of his energy, and he doesn't know if that will basically destroy his body, because he's really weak right now. Remember, Goku was out of commission for days doing the heart virus. He just recovered, and on top of the fact that he's going all out against Cell for a long time now. Goku has this problem to where he doesn't like to use full power from the start. We saw this during the Buu arc when he battled Kid Buu. He could have destroyed Kid Buu in the beginning as a Super Saiyan 3, but he did not. So, Goku would have no choice. He then goes the safer route and goes to times 10. Cell notices what he's doing, and he knows that that technique is dangerous. So, Cell would waste no time. As soon as Goku goes back down to base form, Cell would then use more of his power and deliver a powerful gut punch to Goku, knocking him over. Cell would then state, "Do you really think that I will let you abuse that technique again? I don't think so." Now, Goku was running out of power quickly, as he's kind of running out of options. This is when we would have Gohan, Piccolo appearing, as now Gohan and Piccolo would then fly in and try to dodge Cell and kind of keep him distracted, so that Krillin can drag Goku away. Because remember, Goku here does not have instant transmission, so he can't just teleport away from Cell. But Cell would actually let them go. He would then tell Goku a little trick. He would then tell him that he would give him a couple days to train because he really satisfied him. But during their match, if he abuses that little Kaioken thingy that he has, he will instantly destroy Earth without holding back. Cell's not an idiot. He knows how dangerous that move is, but Cell's really interested to see how strong Goku can become. So he'll let Goku live. Remember, Cell does not know about the Hyperbolic Time Chamber. He doesn't know about that. And Cell will keep a track on his power level. He states that if he senses a massive boost in power, then he will appear and destroy the planet Earth, so do not tempt him. Goku knows that the Hyperbolic Time Chamber is the only way, because then Cell can't sense him. So, that is the only way he's going to have to go. This is when they would arrive back in the Room of Spirit and Time. Goku would then go in with Gohan, just like the original. Now, Goku would continue training with Gohan, teaching him how to use Super Saiyan, and Gohan would soon start to match his father's power level a little bit, until Goku begins doing something different. Now remember, Goku does not have Senzu Beans, but he tells Gohan that he might not have a choice, but the only way for them to get stronger is if they push each other to their limits. Goku knows that Gohan has a hidden power within him that is extraordinary, and Goku looks at Gohan and tells him that I will going to push my body with Kaioken as far as I can to grow as powerful as I can, but I also want you to step up as well because you're the future. Goku was having that similar mindset with Gohan, but he was really confident about the fact that Gohan can beat Cell. So during that full year, they would not stray away for a few months. They still had 3 months left. He would stay for the full year, using Kaioken, but mainly mastering Super Saiyan. Goku's power level would be massive by this point. He already is far stronger than Cell, just to clarify. Goku by this point is in the realms of the early Buu Saga power levels, around the same strength that he was when he fought Majin Buu, which is absurdly strong. And this is him in Super Saiyan. Now as for Gohan, Goku would then begin pushing Gohan, as he knows that rage is the only way. He knows that he needs to unlock Gohan's power, and he thinks that he can, with rage. Gohan's rage will induce a new power-up. He would then try to kill Gohan, as it seems, pushing Gohan beyond his limits. Gohan would then transform into a Super Saiyan 2, shocking Goku at this power. Now Gohan has been training with a much stronger Goku, pushing Gohan further than ever before. Gohan as a Super Saiyan 2, instead of being the original level that he was at, he will be as strong as Majin Vegeta and Super Saiyan 2 Goku, which are already much stronger than Gohan and Super Perfect Cell was in the original arc. So Gohan is very powerful. Once when they step out, people were shocked at Goku's power level. Now Goku was suppressing his full power, as he doesn't want Cell to intentionally destroy everything. Now what does Goku do? He would still let everyone continue to do their thing, training Hyperbolic Time Chamber, and he would then spend the next days enjoying peace. As he's very confident that he can beat Cell, Gohan can easily beat Cell if he wants to as well. He doesn't want Cell to get desperate and blow up the planet by accident, as Goku might not be Superman, but he doesn't want to save the planet again. So Goku will play Cell's game for now. But when the time comes and they step in that ring, Cell will have a rude awakening. Cell will continue making the arena, as he does sense Goku's power level and sees that it's way higher, but it really impresses him. He states he must have been doing some serious training. Good. Goku's not an idiot. He'll keep his power level suppressed to seem like a decent jump, but to make Cell still cocky. As the next few days would then pass, the Cell games would then begin. Now Goku and them would all dress and ready to go, as now they would all arrive at the Cell Games arena. Goku was not in Super Saiyan by this point, he was suppressing his power level massively in base. Gohan as well was in base form too. Once when they arrive, they would then ask who wants to step up first. Now this is when I feel like Goku would tell Gohan to step up and battle Cell. As Goku originally put Gohan up there because he saw his father fighting Cell first, so he knew his movements. Also, Goku knew that Gohan was stronger than him, so that's the reason why. Goku's far stronger than Gohan, so Goku will basically let Gohan go up first, to let and see how Gohan does with his training. Cell is a perfect example. Gohan would then step up, and Cell was, meh, okay, fine. He wanted to save Goku for last anyway. Everybody was shocked to send Gohan up first, but Piccolo, I feel like, knows. Piccolo has the best ki-sensing ability in the realm anyway. He would then tell Piccolo to relax. Gohan could easily defeat Cell without even breaking a sweat if he really wanted to. Shocking Piccolo, but he senses that something was up. And Goku states that if Cell gets too bold, he'll step in and end Cell no problem. Just trust me. As Piccolo would then nod and they'll watch the fight, as Gohan would then power up into a Super Saiyan. His power level alone was already surpassing Cell's full power, shocking Cell and everyone else. Now Goku had those next few months to train with Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, and he was able to push past Gohan's overcockiness, because Gohan gets way too cocky and arrogant, and it's his downfall. Goku would help Gohan to train, to control his Super Saiyan 2 power, and to defeat Cell. Also, Gohan doesn't want to make Cell suffer because he didn't see Cell destroy Android 16 and beat up all of his family and friends, so Gohan is not as wildly crazy. Gohan is focused and serious. This is the most powerful Gohan we've seen, and he's very focused, mentally sharp as attack. Gohan would then begin attacking Cell, easily overpowering him. The first punch from Gohan would be similar to what he does in Super Saiyan 2, knocking Cell backwards. Goku would then tell Gohan to show them your true power, and Gohan knows that he can't play games with Cell, because he's devious like Frieza. Gohan would then begin powering up, screaming as he would then transform into a Super Saiyan 2. Cell was utterly shocked. Everybody was. Gohan was far too powerful for Cell. Even though Cell would go to his full strength and begin attacking Gohan, he was easily blocking all of his attacks like they were nothing, even allowing Cell to hit him to prove that it was doing nothing. Goku was watching intently, waiting if Cell ever got too daring. As this is when Gohan would then tell him it's my turn, and for the first time in Super Saiyan 2, he would gut punch Cell, making Cell spit out Android 18 because Krillin needs to W. Cell would then revert back to his semi-perfect form, as Gohan would then charge up a Kamehameha, he's not wasting time, hitting Cell, blasting him to smithereens. Everybody thinks that that was it, because remember, they didn't know about Cell destroying his whole nucleus thing, they didn't know about that. And they originally didn't either when Gohan blasted him. This is when Cell would come back with a few moments later, as Goku didn't sense his power level first, until Cell would fully regenerate. And now, he was in his super perfect form. Getting a large Zenkai boost, Goku was a little bit more concerned that he can regenerate that good, but he wasn't at the same time. Gohan was still far too powerful. Cell was really furious as they got Android 18 out of the way. He would begin attacking Gohan to no avail. Gohan was still too powerful. Even with his power-up, Gohan was easily blocking his attacks, as Goku was more proud than anything. And he would tell Gohan to finish it. Cell got desperate. As Cell would not blow himself up, as it wouldn't really change anything, Cell would then charge up a Solar Kamehameha, putting everything he has into it, as Goku tells Gohan to blast Cell with everything he has to make sure that there's no trace of him left. Gohan nods, as he would then charge his own Kamehameha, clashing against Cell, as Gohan would then burst some of his power, overpowering Cell's, as it would then hit him full force, completely obliterating Cell. Gohan would then power down, as it did take a little bit of energy. Cell was gone. He was fully defeated. And the camera crew caught all of that on video. It showed that Mr. Satan, even though we all know he could have beaten Cell, allowed these other people to fight Cell for him because he's too strong. This means that Gohan was pretty much noticed as they all saw him in his base form too, so Gohan would quickly become popular. Now, during the 7 years, since Goku never dies, he never learns about Super Saiyan 3 or the Fusion Dance, but I do feel like he would still learn how to do Super Saiyan 2 during the 7 years. Now that Vegeta knows that Kakarot is alive, he can challenge him anytime, he would still fight Kakarot and still battle with him. So Vegeta is not too spiteful. Vegeta understands that no matter what he does, he can't surpass him, so he's okay with Goku being number 1. Vegeta kind of accepts that over time, but he's still going to train to be the strongest he can be, unlocking Super Saiyan 2. During the events of the Buu arc, it would end much quicker, with the fact that even though Gohan would still go to high school, Goku around is keeping Gohan's training up, so he's not rusty, but he's still very strong. Gohan's a little bit stronger than Super Saiyan 2 Goku during the Majin Vegeta fight, but not much of a difference since he didn't really train much, but Gohan can only train a few times and he'll never get rusty. Goku by this point has gotten absurdly strong. He never really used Kaioken again, as he didn't really see a need to, as there's no threat, but he still trains. During this time, this is when the Supreme Kai would still appear during the World Tournament, as Goku's with all of his friends, telling them about Majin Buu. Gohan here would still power up into Super Saiyan 2, and he would still have his energy taken. Now, in my opinion, I think that Gohan in Super Saiyan 2 is more than enough power than what Majin Buu needs. So I think this is just enough to get Buu to be reborn. So once when they do take it and follow them, they fail to realize that that was more than enough energy. So Vegeta would have never been taken over as well, even though Babidi probably might have tried if he needed to. Vegeta would have overpowered it, because he doesn't need it. Vegeta only did it to try and keep up with Goku, but he knows that even with that Majin power-up, it would not be enough. He's not going to allow himself to be controlled by anybody. So this greatly changes the arc, since there's no Goku and Vegeta fight. Once a Majin Buu was born, they watch as Majin Buu would easily kill Dabura and eat him as a large cookie. Babidi was more than happy, as Goku states to let him fight Majin Buu. Goku can sense that there's a lot of good in him. He's like a naughty child. He doesn't know any better. Goku would then battle Majin Buu, as Goku would be in Super Saiyan, which was more than enough to handle Majin Buu. He was easily overpowering him, but Goku was amazed with how strong he was. He would then tell Majin Buu to not listen to Babidi, the same speech that he gave him. Majin Buu would turn on Babidi and destroy him. This would then make Buu turn good, and Buu would then go live on his life, traveling around the earth. He would then make his house and meet Mr. Satan just like before, and they'll become best friends. Now, unfortunately, we all know what happens here. Mr. Satan would still be shot by the sniper, same with the dog B. This would then make Buu snap, as he would heal Buu and the dog, thus splitting apart. Goku would sense his power disturbance as he would head towards it, but unfortunately, the good Buu lost his power and he was overpowered by evil Buu, thus becoming Super Buu. As now, within this time, they are in dire trouble, as Goku would then battle Super Buu, as even Goku in Super Saiyan 2, I feel like he could definitely keep up with Super Buu and battle him and overpower him in my opinion. Now Goku does have the Kaioken as a backup, just to remind you. Goku was beginning to overpower Super Buu, but it felt too easy, as Super Buu has a plan. As the other Z Fighters would have arrived by this point, seeing what was happening, the Supreme Kai as well, they would then see that Goku would get absorbed by Super Buu. Remember, no one knew about this absorption ability. Goku would then put a ki barrier around himself, and he would then fall into Majin Buu's body. But Goku was trapped within Buu, as Buu's tendrils would then keep Goku down so he can't move, and he would just steal his power that way. But Goku was still conscious, as now Buu would then get Goku's G, pretty much looking like Buuhan, and he would be very strong. By this point, he would be in the similar realms of Buu tanks and so on. They're actually running out of options here, as even if Vegeta and Gohan all teamed up, they wouldn't be able to beat Buu at this level. And Buu was torturing everybody. He would begin destroying everybody on the planet, as there is one option though. Maybe they can take Gohan to train, or maybe confuse them, because if you guys remember, Goten and Trunks are not really relevant because they don't know about the fusion dance. But maybe they can distract them. Piccolo tells Gohan and Vegeta to go with this Supreme Kai being or something. As then, it was too late. Super Buu would then appear, as he was not letting them go anywhere, as he knows about the Supreme Kai's little Kai Kai ability. As remember, Goku was around him so he can see his memories. They would then begin attacking everybody. As Piccolo is easily being outclassed, Goten and Trunks were trying to annoy him by flying around him comically. The Supreme Kai does have one idea. They can fuse using the Potara earrings. Now, of course, Gohan was perfectly fine with this, Vegeta was not. The fact that he wants to fuse with a low class like Gohan, Kakarot's offspring, is worse than death. On top of the fact that he does respect Gohan's strength, it rivals his own, no way. There's no way. But Gohan then states to please Vegeta, if we don't, he's gonna destroy Bulma and Trunks. Vegeta would then fall under it, as they don't know about the unlimited time, so they would then fall into the fact that they'll be fused together forever. Gohan then has an idea. He tells Vegeta that, wait, they'll just use the Dragon Balls to defuse. The Supreme Kai, seeing it, will basically make a white lie and say, yes, it'll work. So Vegeta would then say, fine, give it to me, as Boo-Tanks, or Boo-Han, would then, or Goku? Buku? That's up to you. He would then fly towards him, telling him it's time to die. As then they would put the earring on, they would then fuse. Comment down below what the fusion name is between Gohan and Vegeta. I guess you could say Goheta? Goita? That's up to you to decide, guys. As the new fusion was then born. As this fusion was just as cocky and confident, but a bit more gentle-natured. It was similar to Vegito's attitude, as Vegeta's main personality took over. Now this new fusion would then smirk looking at his hands, telling him alright. He was a bit concerned that it wouldn't work out too well, but it seems like it did. He then states that he fused to battle him. He would then battle Buku, I guess you could say, or Super Buu in base form first, as he was just getting warmed up. As the fight would actually go similar to how Vegito handled Buhan, so you guys can imagine that in your head, it pretty much goes the exact same. Now the fusion is not as strong as Vegito, but it's still exceptionally powerful. It could defeat Buhan if they wanted to. Now this is when they would allow themselves to be absorbed, even after being turned into candy, overpowering him, flying around, hitting his mouth, all that would happen the exact same, with them allowing to be absorbed. And they would then use a key barrier, but then they would defuse, as they knew that the magic would then wear the earrings off. They would then find Goku after traveling through Buu's body, just like before. And they would then find Goku tangled up alongside next to Fat Buu, who was in a cocoon. This is when Super Buu would appear. As Gohan was busy battling him, Vegeta would then free Goku, making him much weaker. As he then lost his main source of power, Goku was still weakened and tired. As he was kind of recovering back to what's happening, Vegeta would then smirk and then grab Fat Buu, as Super Buu was then freaking out. He then states, oh really, what happens if I pull on this? And then doom, he does. Buu would then scream in agony as Buu's gone. There's only something else. They would then fly out of the body, as the Supreme Kai would then begin healing Goku, recovering him as Goku would then awaken, seeing what was happening. And he was proud of his son, and thankful for Vegeta for saving him. They would then see that Majin Buu was only growing stronger, but then his power level shrunk, as he then transformed into Kid Buu. Goku then states that let him fight Kid Buu, as Gohan and Vegeta were out for a commission for just a little bit. Kid Buu's first thing was to scream, shaking the heavens, as he would then charge up a massive ball to destroy planet Earth. Goku would then catch the ball, and then kick it right back into outer space, making it blow up. Goku knows that they cannot battle on planet Earth, it's way too dangerous. He then tells Kid Buu to come on, follow me, na boo boo, and then Kid Buu would then laugh and try chasing after him. The Supreme Kai in panic would then Kai to his realm, but Kid Buu can teleport as well. Kid Buu would then follow them, sensing Goku's power, as he would then follow Goku. Goku was waiting for him, as the two would begin their legendary matchup. Gohan and the others would then stand back, as Goku would then burst into Super Saiyan 2, battling Kid Buu. Goku in Super Saiyan 2 is far stronger than Kid Buu, and Goku would easily overpower him. Though Goku knows that he would then fire a massive Kamehameha wave, hitting Kid Buu, blasting him to pieces, as Kid Buu would then just reform. Goku states that he knows how strong Kid Buu is, and that he needs to take it seriously, because he'll just keep going and keep playing games. Goku only has so much energy within him. Goku would then cup his hands together, and he would then charge up a massive Kamehameha, as Kid Buu would then charge up his own massive Majin Kamehameha. Goku would then clash beams with Buu, as the whole other side of the planet of the Kais were then shaking. As Kid Buu was laughing, using even more power, surprising Goku, Goku would then tell how strong Kid Buu is, as he would then blast through with his own strength, blasting through the attack as Kid Buu would try holding it back. Goku would then have a similar speech, telling about how strong Kid Buu was, and how strong the Majin is, stating that he hopes that he will come back as somebody strong one day, and someone good, and they can have a little one-on-one again. He would like that. As Kid Buu would then panic as he can't stop his attack, Goku would then use full power, completely obliterating Kid Buu, leaving nothing behind. That Kid Buu was fully destroyed, peace was brought. As they would then use the Dragon Balls to bring everybody back on planet Earth, peace was finally brought back. Now we know that by this point, there was finally peace on Earth, since remember, Goku here would not be training on King Kai's world, because we all know what arc is going to be happening on the next part, as a certain purple cat is beginning to awaken. And that is it for this part, you guys. Thank you all for watching. I want to give you guys a quick message. I really do appreciate the support that I have gotten on the first part. It broke over 10,000 views as of recording this, and it blew me away how much you guys have really loved it. The support means more than anything to me, and you guys subscribing and everything else and liking the video. I love reading you guys' comments. It means the world to me. So show the same love and support on this video. Like it, share it amongst your friends, and get your friends to subscribe as well and like the videos. I really do appreciate all the support. You guys are the absolute best. Much love, and I will talk to you all on the next one. Peace.